Hey guys, I'm Game Advisor and welcome to our week 62 update for Icarus, which is ore regeneration. Yes, they finally added ore regeneration into the game. So let's talk about how they went about this. It's not going to be a passive thing like a lot of people were expecting, but instead will be a new mechanic with a new tool that is usable in the game, and that is the Thumper. The Thumper is essentially a new item that is a tier 4 crafted item and does require some decently expensive components. So I would not be expecting to build this in your typical mission, but more so we'll be building this in something like an open world mode once you've got to that end game progression. The way it works is once you take the materials required and you build it in your tier 4 crafting table, you'll then go ahead and have to put it in your G slot. You can take it and place it down wherever you want in the world, you just need to hook it up to power. In total, it will need 1500 watts of power, which isn't too bad at all. Once you do place it down and you've got it powered, you'll need to interact with it in order for it to trigger the starting process. It'll then hammer away at the ground and make a large poof of smoke around it, while it starts to engage the reproduction of the ore process. Keep in mind that before you even set it up, you'll see a large blue pulse happen that can kind of give you some sense of an indicator as to roughly how far the radius is. I'm not 100% sure this is actually what this does, so feel free to let me know in the comments down below, but I'm pretty sure when you first place it down, that's what it is. Either way, once you do have it down and you've activated it and you're seeing that cloud of smoke, you'll see a difficulty related to the amount of ore nodes that it's going to respawn. So in this case, we had roughly 50 ore nodes that were going to respawn, and it gave us a medium difficulty in order to do so. This is talking about the amount of things you're going to have to fight off and the difficulty of things you're going to have to fight off in order to reproduce that many ore nodes. Keep in mind, this does not only reproduce iron, ore, coal, all that stuff. This actually will reproduce things like sulfur and it will reproduce oxide. The only things that it will not reproduce is going to be stone as far as minerals and things like that go. Now, as far as to what you'll actually be fighting, you can expect to have to fight essentially just cave worms from what I've seen so far. There's actually a new model of cave worm which you'll fight, which is really cool. And if you haven't experienced it yet, I highly recommend you do as soon as you can. But the new model of cave worm, at least I think it's a new model, looks absolutely awesome. You'll have to go ahead and fight those off, and you'll get a weird variety of cave worm sizes. And I think that just depends on how many ores you're trying to respawn, how likely it is that you'll get a large cave worm over like a medium one or a small one. I don't actually know if this can spawn a boss, to be honest with you, as I didn't have enough ore nodes to respawn to get it to a high difficulty. So let me know if there's something different on the difficulties that I didn't get to personally see that you guys know about. But either way, you're going to have some cave worms to fight. They'll spawn near the Thumper, so you don't need to put up walls to protect it or anything like that. You just need to make sure you have a decent weapon and are ready to defend it. I personally recommend a hunting rifle, but of course you could probably do this with a bolt action. You could even do this with a bow depending on if you're on low difficulty or not, and if you're a good enough player. Either way, great addition to the game, a great way to interact with the world, and I think this is definitely a huge plus for the open world gaming community with inside the Icarus game. Now, I will say that aside from all that, they did talk about being able to regrow plant life, which is something they're looking at doing in the near future, which at this point, I think it just regenerates, but I'm guessing they want to take that away and make it not just infinitely regenerate, like when you reload your world and stuff like that. So hopefully they'll be putting that in the game soon as well. But either way, this is a great addition to the game for now. And they did also mention that they want some help translating Icarus into other people's language. You can check that out in the actual message where you see the update yourself if that's something you're interested in. But otherwise, that is pretty much everything there is to talk about with this update. I do want to quickly just say that they said that there's a land shark boss spit attack, and I think that's that new cave worm that I saw. Again, could be totally wrong on this one, so feel free to let me know if you guys do know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I want to give a big shout out to our Platinum and Above channel members, which currently include Jonathan S., Caustic FPV, Gerald89, and Jim Phillips. If you guys want to become a channel member and help support us, just click the join button down below to figure out how you can do so, and it's super cheap if you're interested. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching our update videos and all our other Icarus content. I'm Game Advisor, and I'll see you next time.